Hello, ruffians, and welcome to Playing Rough, the gaming podcast that combines humor, tryharding, and still having friends. I'm your host, David Conrad, and with me today is...
Ryan Siegel-Stechler, again.
Hi, Ryan!
Hi, what's up?
So, I am doing good. I'm super excited to have you on here. We are going to do something that I'm really pumped about. I'll explain why in a sec. But we are having Ryan on today because John is not able to make it this weekend. He is spending some time with his mom, who, after everything that happened with his grandma, they're just getting to spend some time together. I told John, don't worry about this. I got it taken over. I wanted to play a game with Ryan anyways, and we got this locked in. So what we're going to be doing is we're actually going to be playing we're going to do a Winston Draft with my Peasant cube. We did a whole episode talking about Winston drafting or cube drafting, and what this is a two-person variant of it. And the reason I'm so excited to do this with Ryan is he's actually the person who taught me how to do it. So Ryan, do you want to explain what a Winston Draft is, since you are the one who taught me?
Geez, put me on the spot, why don't you?
Yeah, of course.
Happy to. So Winston drafting is a variant of Magic drafting that is designed specifically for two people instead of the typical, 6 or 8 that the Magic draft would normally have. And as such, it can't quite work the same way, right? If you're just two of you are passing 2 packs back and forth, it gets very stale very quickly. So the way that it works is you'll end up having a pile of cards. Generally speaking, we'll do a portion of a cube, but because this is a sort of a smaller cube, I think we might be able...
I lost you, Ryan.
Oh. Am I back?
Yes.
Okay. So you set out 3 piles of face-down cards. You start with 1 card in each pile, and you look at them pile by pile in turn, deciding whether or not you want to take all the cards that are in that pile. If you choose not to take a pile, you'll just add a card to that pile from the top of the deck. And then if you decide to take none of the 3 piles, you'll just get whatever the next random card off the top is. So as you go, as piles are not selected by either player, they start to get bigger and bigger. So rather than getting 1 very good card, if you see one, you might decide, oh, well, actually taking these 5 sort of medium power level cards might be more.
It lost you at taking these medium power cards might be more something.
Might be more powerful for the deck that you're trying to build than trying to dig for 1 perfect card.
Yes.
So there's a lot of strategy in trying to determine when to keep looking at piles or when to just go with 5 to 6 cards that might make your deck, but in volume they may make up for it.
Mm-hmm. So like I said, we're going to use my Peasant cube to do this, which I talked about in our cube episode. And I clearly have a little bit of an advantage over Ryan just by the fact that I have obviously seen this list before. I asked him if he wanted to see it beforehand. He said, no, I would like to be surprised, but I gave him some general ideas of what is in the cube, what the themes are, and stuff like that. So since the cube is 180 cards, we'll Winston draft half of it. No, we would do all of it, won't we? I'm trying to think. No. 30, 45, 60. We do 120 of it, so there'll be 60 cards left in at the end. 15, 30, 45, no, 90. We'll do half of it. My brain today, words. So we'll draft this down to 90 cards, set the other 90 cards off to the side. I just shuffled everything together, and we went from there. So to determine who gets to go first, we are going to roll some dice. Ryan, would you like to roll first?
I will do my best.
So Ryan rolled 8.
An 8.
Pretty good. Let's see if I can get it. I rolled a 5. So
right.
Ryan is going to look at the first card.
So how much of this do we want to verbalize?
It's rough because I think let's just do it where we'll chat, because me and you get kind of chatty when we're doing this anyways. Be like, oh, this looked really good, blah, blah, blah. And then at the end, we can talk about what we've drafted.
You know what? This is hard, right?
Yes.
Because this is specifically my avatar for GDS3, so I feel like I'm obligated to take this.
So you
All
just
right,
showed
we're
me
good.
the card.
All right, we're gonna take Nantuko Husk. So at least this will give me a little bit of a story while we're doing this. So you can go ahead. I'll take that card.
Okay.
So I actually chose Nantuko Husk as my avatar. So for the Great Dinosaurs 3, they have each player choose a card as their avatar. And so I went with Nantuko Husk, which is, I think, funny for kind of two reasons. One reason I think it's funny is because Masters 25, which is the most recent sort of best of set that came out, hadn't been released yet. And didn't realize that Phyrexian Ghoul, which is a functional reprint of Nantuko Husk, was going to be printed in that set. So I ended up, inadvertently sort of choosing a card that more or less nobody is going to remember because there's a different version of it that everybody's going to look at and see in this set instead. But the reason that I actually chose it as my avatar is the very first
very first.
very, very first combo deck when I was like, oh, combos, that's a thing, was Nantuko Husk, Nantuko Tracer, which is 1 and a green for 2/1 that puts a card on the bottom of your library when it enters the battlefield.
Mm-hmm.
And then Verdant Succession, which when a creature dies, it lets you search your library for another creature with the same name. So to set it all up, you have a Verdant Succession, you have a Nantuko Husk, you have 1 Nantuko Tracer in play or in your hand or in your graveyard, and then a second copy of it, which allows you to put the first one on the bottom of your deck, sacrifice the Nantuko Husk, search the other one back out, repeat that infinitely, and then attack with an infinity Nantuko Husk. This was, as you might imagine, not at all competitive.
No, but it sounds amazing. My very first combo deck I ever built was actually built around sacrificing Kokusho over and over and replaying it with Greater Good. So
that makes sense, yeah.
So I'm right there with you when it comes to crazy sacrifice outlets as my very first combo deck I tried to build. So you took both of those too?
I take both of those cards. Sorry, if I was focusing too hard on story and not enough on gameplay.
You were fine. I'm very excited. So currently how we've gotten it is Ryan's taken a pile of 2, I took a pile of 1. It's my turn to look at a card again.
And the interesting thing about Winston that I didn't mention before is, so now David knows at least one card that I have.
I do.
Because I took a pile of 2, so he saw the bottom card of that pile, but he does not know what the top card of that pile is.
Correct.
So he has at least some sense of what I might be going for based on the one card that he's seen. I mean, not to mention that I showed him one of my picks.
It's so funny. So on the screen, when you flip your cards over in your hand, I see the card Terramorphic Expanse.
I do as well.
But when I flip over mine, I see the monster image that I use as a filler card. Oh, now it's showing that for you too.
I think it's the different decks have different.
Yeah.
So you may be able to.
It's exactly what it is. So what it is because I imported these cards, it made it so that it's showing whatever the last card was in the thing. For most of those, that's the filler. For the colorless, that's Terramorphic Expanse. Oops.
That's funny.
Taking.
So yeah, I'll take that center pile. So again, now I know at least one card of the 2 cards that Dave is looking at the moment.
Why can't I put these into my hand? There we go. Boop, boop. Oof. I want to try it so bad. Just added this card. No, it's not. Honestly, I don't really have a theme yet. I've just taken some strong colorless cards so far.
So one of the things that tends to happen in Winston drafts that it happens to a certain extent in regular drafts, especially as you get more experienced. But Winston drafts, it does really behoove you to stay more open.
Oh God. Yeah, I'll keep it. Okay, all you. I have no clue what I'm doing yet. Oh God. I'm very open. Let's just say that. What's cool is I can keep my deck as I'm drafting it here up for if you are watching this instead of listening to it. We will have this uploaded on YouTube. I'm going to have up my deck on the I'm searching through it on the side so you can see what I pick after I picked it. Okay, so you put all those back. So now this pile has 4 cards in it. Which means if one of us takes it, that's going to give us a huge boost in cards. But the fact that we've passed it means a lot of these may not be what we're looking for. Oh, wait. So let's see here. 2, 3, 4. And draw. Okay. Okay, I don't think I can pass this now. Just because that card's in here, and I think that you're in that color, and I can't give it to you.
Of course you can. You can do whatever you want.
I'm very much taking this. I'll show you what it is. I may end up having to splash for it. I'm not giving you this.
Oh no, I didn't see that.
Okay.
As fun as it is, and as potentially broken as it is, it didn't seem to. Oh, this suits my needs. Let me make sure I flip this over before I add it to my pile.
Oh gosh. So, oh shit. Come on, put everything together. There we go. What's interesting is just that that card I think is one of the strongest still remaining cards in the cube. I've been trying to get the power level right, but that's one of those that's just I love that card, and I just haven't taken it out yet. Did you pick? So this?
Yeah, I did. I took the first pile. Yep.
All right. I'm taking that. So there you go.
Easy enough. What's this guy do again? Not sure that's very good though.
I know what my colors are now. At least one of them, I think.
Oh, I wish I was that. I don't think I can be that color. That's a dang shame.
I want to skip over the first one just to get to that now.
Or am I faking?
I don't know. I've only Winston drafted you ages ago with Heatwave.
Well, this is good. This most recent card I actually was playing with we did a Chaos Draft for Friday Night Magic last night at Friday Night Magic. So Chaos Draft being everybody in the store chose 3 different set packs from different standard, all the current standard expansions. And we drafted with that because people were generally bored with the Ixalan sets. So that was pretty fun. We had some interesting some interesting decks come out of being able to play with. Ooh, that's not what I meant to do at all.
Didn't look. I saw. I'm sorry.
It's okay. I'm taking it anyway.
No, I wanted it.
Too bad.
Alrighty, what we got here? I'll take this as well.
Well, good. We're just gonna fight over a color. It's gonna be great.
I think that might end up happening.
Seems pretty bad. Let's draw these.
What's funny is if I go with where I'm at right now, I might actually end up allied colored, which this cube isn't really allied colored. It much more supports the enemy color pairings, but you can definitely make it work if you get the right cards.
Maybe. Yeah, I think I would rather take this and make sure you don't get that.
What was it?
Even if I'm not planning on. Is this the right one? Hold on. I'm not even sure. Yeah, that's the right one. Okay. That is the one I do not want in my deck. You can stay over there.
What was it? Ooh.
Don't you wish you knew?
Well, I'm keeping these.
Okay. Nope.
Okay, I might
probably
be
gonna like that.
color.
If you like that last pack, you're probably gonna like that first card. Ooh, I would like to play with this, please. Sounds great.
Okay. I'll take these then.
This is really neat. I really do actually like this program now that we've gotten past some of the technical difficulties. This is a lot more intuitive than I thought it would be.
Right? It's one of those things, like, it seems really daunting at first, and then, like, you just play with it, and it kind of feels natural after a bit. I really enjoyed Tabletop Simulator. It's definitely got its issues, but it works better than I would have originally expected.
Right. Tails down. Let's see if this is any good.
Do we have our first
Not
random?
really. We're going to have our first random draw off the
Alright.
top. So, again, sometimes you just go through all the piles. You don't really get anything useful. And you don't get rewarded either. Bummer.
Yeah! I mean, it's
a very good card. It's just not
Not for
remotely
you.
in my colors right now.
I mean, this is a strong card, but it's not really what I'm trying to do. So I'm going to put these back. Let's go to the next one. Doot and doot. Oh, come on. Oh, God. Okay, so this is the point where I have to decide if I want to be 3 colors or not. Because if I take, there's a card here that I kind of want, but if
Or
I
you could stop taking my color.
Fine, I'll stop fighting over it with you. You can have it back. But if you are in that color, then I definitely want to get out of it now, so that I don't fight with you for cards, and then I can keep doing what I want to do, which I guess is kind of that. I mean, these seem fine. Not the best, but I'll keep. I'll take this.
Yeah,
Better than a
generally
random.
speaking, yeah, exactly.
You drew it
Deal's
to my
not
hand.
to do at all.
It's in my hand.
Sorry, I'll take it. Whoops.
I don't know
Deal
how that
and
ended up
draw
in my
are-
hand.
So I click on deal rather than draw.
Oh. You want to pass that back to me
There's-
anyways.
Yeah, I am in fact.
So if you select all 3 of them, right? If you drag and
Yep.
click them, you can if they're not like that, right? You drag them all, pick it up,
Group.
shuffle, it pulls them together. Boom.
Aha! All right, let's see what these are.
Did you add a card on top of it already?
Are
Because you
there
looked at
3?
3,
No, I
right?
did not yet.
Uh-oh. One of those will work.
So impatient. Jeez Louise.
Have you played Magic with me? I'm bad about that. I'm sorry. I just get click happy.
Alright, let's take these and let's see what happens.
Okay. So, boop. And then I'll take these. And yeah, I'll keep it this time.
So maybe we're not in this color? Sorry, I have some math to do.
Do your thing. I think that I have
might-
settled on my 2 colors, and now it's just whether or
That's-
not to splash.
Well, never mind. Go with the original plan, I think.
Okay, what's this card? Do I want this? Oh, I love this card. I love this card so much, but I don't think I'm anywhere near playing it. That's the problem with putting together a cube, is you put all of your favorite cards into it.
Yep.
Oh, I want you. I just put this card into the cube for anybody watching this instead of it, and I really want to
You
see if it
seem
works.
to say that about every card.
I did with Dominaria. I did add quite a few. I think each color got at least 2 new additions, and some got upwards of 6. Because Dominaria is it feels to me like it's pretty theme based. Like there is actual like things to draft around. So I felt like you had to add either a chunk or none, and I'm gonna take my first random. I wish I'd taken the other one.
All right.
And draw. Fair. I'm actually happy about that. I don't know if I'm rewarded because I don't know if I can end up playing that or not, but I love that card.
This is hard. So I'm thinking I might be changing colors, and now I got a powerful card back in the first color.
Stay out of mine. We're gonna end up fighting over at least one color.
I'm sure. I'm sure we're gonna go back and forth between. I can't. That card is really powerful, but not gonna do it.
Not good enough to switch your colors.
No, unfortunately. That seems doable.
Yeah, that was the card I wanted to keep.
Yeah, I can see why.
Draw. What? I can't. So I'm keeping all these for one of the multicolor cards in here, but I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, that's what I saw and was trying to decide whether I actually wanted it over some other considerations.
Fair enough. I thought your first pick was Nantuko Husk.
It was, and I'm rethinking it now.
Well, now I'm thinking about splashing black.
Well, you know what? I'm just gonna keep doing my game.
That's fair.
You know,
for those just listening and not watching, it was Demonic Tutor, which is a 1 and a black. You search your library for a card and put it in your hand. It's an incredibly powerful card. Each color has like 1 or 2 really obnoxiously powerful cards. So like Demonic Tutor in black, Sylvan Library in green, etc. But yeah.
And I'm passing on all of them because I'm very good at this game.
You're probably going to win.
Another random card. And, oh, gosh, I'm not getting any luck with these random cards.
Well, I'm going to keep this because that card's really powerful in what I'm doing. So, all you. If you want to place your own thing out, you can. Otherwise, I'll get it for you here in a second.
Okay, yeah, I'll just take the top card.
Whoop, and boop.
Oh, my goodness. I'm seeing everything in those 2 colors.
But you've gotten out of them. Or we're
no,
never there
I was
to
never
begin
in. I was never in those ones. This card seems reasonable. This card seems less reasonable. And I can go there. All right, you're good.
Why? I want to play black. But only card I have is Demonic Tutor so far. So I don't think I can take either of these. Alright, what's this one? Nope. You probably will like that one. Draw, and keep. I need to start sorting out my things too.
Let's draw these 3. Ooh, huh. Yeah, no, not doing it for me. Un, deux, trois, quatre. Oh! Oh! Got there.
Get a good one?
Oh, yeah. Good, too. We needed those. Alright, let's put these both out. We may or may not be getting a little ahead of ourselves here. You hadn't even put a 3rd pile out when I took that 2nd pile. This is fine. Everything is fine.
We're all fine here. How are you?
How are you? How are you?
Okay. So, wait, there's 4 in this pack now? Jeez.
Yup. Yeah, I did not want the hippie.
Oh, I want the hippie. I just don't think I can play the hippie. Okay. I'm nowhere near playing any of these cards. This one's going to 5. Let's see what we got next. I will very gladly take that card and be super happy about it.
Alright. Do I want this? No. No. Maybe. No.
I mean, I probably am.
Boy, this is...
It's garbage, right?
Man.
I don't think either of us is in one of those colors.
And that's why I'm thinking that maybe I should be taking this and going into one of those colors. Ooh. How am I going to make that work?
I don't know if I want this in the card deck or not yet. I've got like my piles of maybes, my pile of hell no's, and my cards that I'm most likely playing.
Could I make it work? Oh, but then I don't want to be... No. No.
Do you pivot?
And nope.
It sounds like the answer is nope.
You know, we're gonna play a game of pivot chicken here.
Who grabs the pile of red cards first?
Neither of us are going to do it.
Nope.
No, get in a pile. 6 cards.
Oh
right.
my god, it's the biggest thing.
What's this card?
It's so funny because what's gonna end up happening is one of us is gonna take that pile just for one card.
For one card. Yep. This is the beauty of Winston.
Alrighty, what do we got here? And still nothing. What? Oh my god. There you go. Okay. Pretty happily take that card though.
Let's see. If I were to take those, I would have to cut.
Oh wait, so
1,
this should be at
2,
7.
3, 4, 5 cards, and I would get. I think we might be taking this. Oh, geez, that card is powerful.
Good one get added.
Yep, not for me, but fortunately also not for you.
Neither of us is in red. It's so funny.
Alright. That is, I believe, changing.
Ooh, it's happening. Let's see what we got.
Alright, so one question I have is, how do I take cards directly from my deck to, for example, my hand? Like when I'm doing the search, can I just draw those cards specifically?
Yeah, so if you click on search, you can take that, take one of the cards, and it looks like you can only drop it on the table, but then you could just put it into your hand from there.
Will it go face down?
Yeah.
Okay, it seems like it will. Great.
Which helps
So
out a lot.
this is an example right now of me basically deciding that I need to go a completely different direction because I saw that in this case red, a color was wide open, which does happen sometimes in this draft format where you determine that something is open and it ends up being way better for in the long run if you just sort of go with the flow and take that new open color rather than try and fight against it for too long.
Yeah. Well, especially in Winston, like sometimes
it doesn't always pay off.
You won't see that color at the beginning because just how the way the cards have been shuffled together. And so then you realize, well...
Right, so it probably...
What? Go ahead.
I was going to say what probably happened is neither of us drew very many red cards out of the random cards just for whatever random reason at the very beginning. So neither of us saw a reason to go into red. And then once essentially settled on colors outside of red, that's when the red cards started coming, and we sort of both realized slowly but surely that the other person was not in red at all. And so the red cards sort of started to pile up in one pile because there was no reason for either of us to take that pile.
Yep.
And so I was able to pivot into red because of the fact that I sort of recognize that at a certain point there were enough red cards in that pile to replace one of my colors, in a manner that like I was happy with sort of the card quality that.
And there was good red cards in there. Like, there was some strong cards in there. Stoke the Flames is really powerful in Pauper Cube.
It's quite good. Is it
Cube.
on me?
Yes, you. I just took one.
Okay, cool. Oh, man. Giving you a good one.
Yay! I like it when that happens.
I don't. Ooh, well, I'm not ramp anymore, so that's not happening.
We were fighting over the same stuff.
It seemed like it. Oh, that is a very good card.
Okay. Let's go draw.
Getting my red payoff already.
And I will very happily take both of these cards.
Yeah, of course you will. Of
There you
course
go.
you will.
Which one did you see in that pile? Was it the rampant
treasure
growth?
cruise.
Oh, well, then I also got a rampant growth.
Okay, yeah. So it seems like you have settled into the River Hoopoe colors, because I did see you take the River Hoopoe earlier, and I thought that that might have been what you were in, which is part of why getting out of green was appealing to me.
Yep. Well, I very nearly took that Palaka worm that you started with.
Right. What
That-
is this card?
That was the only thing that like I kind of considered not doing into it.
Oh, that's right.
But I got too many good green cards to stay out of it.
All right, let's see what's in this middle
Also,
pack.
The green-blue ramp deck is one of my favorite ones to play.
Well, unfortunately, I'm going to have to hate another green-blue ramp payoff for you. So hopefully, hopefully you don't have anything to ramp into quite yet.
I've got a lot of things to ramp into.
Oh boy.
I will pretty.
Well, I guess that makes me even happier that I picked red as my second color.
Yeah, exactly. You're gonna murder my face before it ever matters.
That is hopefully the plan. All right. Is there any reason why I want any of these cards? I think the answer is no. All right, cool.
I'm sitting at
Nope.
23 cards now, so now I'm sitting at the things have to replace stuff. And
Lucky
we're
you,
getting-
I'm only at 22.
We are getting close to when it gets to 90 cards. That'll be when we're done.
Yep.
Right, 104 cards
so
left.
And so the ending of Winston Draft, so once the deck is quote-unquote empty, what'll end up happening is we just won't add cards to the piles as we replace. So one of the...
Lost you at one of the...
one of the piles will end up completely empty. And so we will, rather than being able to take random cards at the top, at a certain point we'll be forced to just take whatever's left in the piles. None of these cards are good. I mean, they're fine, I guess.
Are neither of us in black either?
Shuffle. No.
Just drop them.
Oh, please shuffle.
They like folded together. I don't know if they'll shuffle.
No, I can't drop them. Oh, my ping is infinite.
Yep, you've died. Oh, we wait for
Oh, no.
Ryan to come back. Oh no! Your ping's at 999, and he's gone.
Alright, I am back.
Yay!
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Can you hear me? Ryan,
Sorry.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay. I can hear you as well.
Okay, good.
Hey, there we go. Your
I was
ping's
just
at a
saying
reasonable
it.
level. That
Alright, we did it.
that you're rare? I mean, you're rando?
I've taken a random card. We are good.
I will take this. Now will I? Do I want this?
I have now learned I'm going to try not to shuffle as much.
It
I
like kills
shuffled
you.
so heartily that I broke the game.
Okay, I'll keep this one.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm curious if this card will end up making it or not. This probably does, just because that card's good. And I still don't know I'm black yet. So there's one. All you.
All right. No. Thank you, though. I appreciate the offer.
Splashing
Yes.
black for Demonic Tutor doesn't seem right. Good, right?
It seems like the opposite of what you want me to be doing.
Draw. All the black cards. Am I Sultai?
Black is now the 5th color, right? So I think both settled into colors that are not black.
You're right. I just need to stay away from it. Okay, we are down to 2 cards left.
It is equal for both of us.
I guess I will take this card. So there's that. And I'm going to set this one right here. And these 90 cards are just gone. So this is the last card. I'm going to rotate it so we know it's the end.
All right, well, I'm taking this pack, so...
Okay.
No.
Do I want this card?
And absolutely yes.
Oh, I don't want to give it to you.
Of course you do. Of course you do.
I'll be nice.
Yay. So kind. And there are 2 cards in that last pack.
I'm going to check to see what they are. I'll take these 2. I'm
right.
so glad I did.
All right, yes, I do want this one. Thank you very much.
Look at these last 2 cards. I'll take
the Wickerbaugh Elder. I can speak. Wickerbaugh Elder I had seen. Fact or Fiction I had not seen. Oh, Breaker of Armies. Great. Super.
I've got 2 of the 3 Eldrazi in this cube.
Yeah, I got the other one. That was what I was quote-unquote keeping from you.
Oh, my God.
Oh, boy. Okay, well, I've got my work cut out for me.
Yeah. Oh, the question is, do I want to splash red for these bad boys? I can't math, apparently.
Mathing is overrated.
Mathing is overrated.
Yeah, put 27 islands in. I think that's probably
That's
correct.
what this deck calls for. Oh, God.
Well, on the bright side, it appears that neither one of us...
It appears that neither one of us did what?
Neither one of us is going 39 lands, 1 pack rat, so that...
It's a peasant cube, thankfully. Oh, God. I still can't believe... I actually did do that one time. I did get to be the jerk who had 1 pack rat, 1 or 2 pack rats in all basic lands. I did do that.
Yeah. Hey, I mean, math checked out if you had 2. I think if you had 1, it was not great.
And I think I did exactly that, and I had the 2. Okay.
That's amazing.
Let's shuffle this. All right. So you went first.
It fitting in this zone. I'm putting it in this like fancy spot. I mean, the table looks like it has a fancy spot for your library. I feel like I gotta put it there, right?
It does. You're right. We have that, and we have a graveyard. Okay. I'm just so used to
we have a
putting
red
on
zone.
the right.
I mean, I'm probably not dragging my creatures to the red zone every time, but
but we're going to do it at least once. Okay.
Okay, fine.
Do you? Okay, so you won the die roll to Winston first. So just want to re-roll to see who plays first, or do we do it differently?
Yeah, either way.
Let's roll some dice because we need an excuse for it. Don't go off
We need
the
an excuse
edge.
for physics.
I'll take the 11.
All right. You up first.
Yes. So these over here. Let's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I have 1 left.
Oh, that. I have 0. We tried.
Yep. To 6. No, he broke it.
All right. Let's.
There it goes.
All right, that worked.
All right, 2, 6, 2, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Yeah,
I'll
that
keep
could.
this. Yeah. Okay.
That could work.
And then let's see what my scry is.
How do we look at it?
So I pulled one off, and then I'm gonna search. Was my plan? Oh, I guess we can't.
I can't. Yeah. Alright, I'm just gonna add to my hand and be honest about it.
Let's do that.
Well,
I'm leaving that on top.
Alright, so I just put my deck on top of it, presumably?
Yeah, it'll go to the bottom.
Okay, great. Oh, no, I want to pick up the whole thing. Please, please.
Yay!
Alright, we did it.
Okay, I'm on the play, so I will play a forest. Go ahead.
Sounds good. Draw a card. Play a plains. And for a Gideon's Lawkeeper, which is a 1/1 creature.
So dead.
Pays a weight, tap target creature, and you may take your turn.
Gideon's Lawkeeper is so good.
Especially against Eldrazi.
Yep, he's real good against Eldrazi. I'm gonna play a forest, and I'm gonna play a rampant growth.
That seems okay. Getting an island, I assume?
Yup.
You're getting your 1 swamp so you can Demonic Tutor.
I just because I considered it doesn't mean I did it. Oh gosh. Okay. And I was considering it not just for the Demonic Tutor. There was a few other black cards I had. Okay, you go to my graveyard. All right, all you.
Alright, draw a card.
See, what all black cards did I get? I got Gurmag Angler, I got Tragic Slip, Vampire Nighthawk, Demonic Tutor. Yeah, Splashing Black would have been wrong.
Alright, we are going to the red zone.
Yes! I will take the 1 damage.
I have done it. And that's all I've got, is a land.
Okay.
You may go.
Draw. Untap my lands. I'll start by playing an island. Don't go on top of each other. I want to play this card just because I love this card. But you've got a guy down, so I should play a guy too.
Seems overrated.
I'll play my Wicker Ballader.
Let me look at this card.
I will.
Oh, he's tiny.
Got a marble on here. There's my -1/-1 card.
Oh, good.
And go ahead.
He did.
No! I generated a marble for nothing.
Alright. Let us draw a card. Hooray, we did it.
No! I'm gonna get beat to death
Shoot.
by Lawkeeper.
Alright, certainly I don't think you're going to beat this card, which apparently has protection from everything?
Yeah, he does. I don't think I have any non-black bordered cards in the cube.
So this is a Knight of the Kitchen Sink, which is a silver bordered card from the most recent unset, Unstable. So if you're not familiar with unsets, it's a joke set that has things that normal Magic can't really do. So it's 2 whites for a 2/2 first strike that has protection from borders, which unfortunately I think it's pretty much every other card that I've seen in this cube thus far.
I
So
did not
David may
include
have
any white
some
bordered
issues.
cards.
David may have some issues dealing with it.
Yeah, I don't think I'm going to be able to unless I add in a board wipe that I don't currently have.
Well, there you go. And then I am going to get in there for another one.
I'm at 18, and the clock
Alright,
is
you
ticking.
may go. Clock is ticking. Go ahead.
So I used to have in the cube the card that has protection from monocolored cards and is a 3/2, which was really, really good. So I wanted to try out Night of the Kitchen Sink and see if him having, like I said, protection basically from the whole thing was too strong. So we'll see if he ends up staying or not, but this is scary.
It seems quite good.
What do I got? I got 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's not enough.
Is that actually a Terramorphic Expanse? Or?
Yes, that is actually Terramorphic Expanse.
Okay, it's not a face down, something else? Okay, cool.
No, that one is actually Terramorphic Expanse. I'm going to play Sylvan Library.
Great.
And I'm just going to crack this Terramorphic
good.
Expanse now. I'm
For a
trying
swap.
to dirtle, and I'm going to get run over.
For a swamp. It's a swamp. He's going to search for a swamp.
It's not a swamp. I just played green-blue. I know, I'm disappointing.
Disappointed!
Alright, all you.
Alright. I wish it... So, Q, is there a different rotate button, did you say?
So, Q and E both rotate, or you can use your mouse wheel.
E goes the right way. That's the one that I want. Q to tap, E to untap. We're good. Alright. Q. Getting in for 3.
Ouch. I'm at 15.
I mean, you're dirtling, so let's just add to the board.
Alright, mine.
Yep.
Okay.
More creatures is good.
Let's do the Sylvan Library thing. So I'm going to put
Yikes.
my actual hand here. And I'm going to add these all to my hand.
Sylvan Library, the notoriously uncomplex card that's very easy for beginners.
So, how this card works is at the beginning of my draw step, I get to draw 2 additional cards. Then, if I do that, I pick 2 of those cards to put back on top of my library or pay 4 life to keep it in my hand. It's very powerful, but I can't really pay life. So I'm gonna put these 2 back. Okay. And then you go back in my hand, you go back in my hand. Okay. So I'm just gonna go tap, 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 and I'm gonna drop here in Spain.
Oh, okay.
Currently a 4/4. Oop.
Yep.
Go ahead. You're probably just gonna kill him, but I'm gonna grab a die. Give myself a D12. And he's banished. Okay. Thank you for not making me have to go through all of that. Oh, I'm so dead.
Yeah, I think so.
That's
It has worked out
4.
nicely. Yeah, 4 getting in,
I'm at 11.
and you may take your turn. So, yeah, I had a Banishing Light in hand that was fortunately perfectly timed for his
My huge
Hydra.
dude. Okay. 1, 2, 3. You 2.
I mean, if you want to get it over with quicker, you can, just
Take some
draw all
damage.
3 of those cards. Yeah.
Let's see what we have. Oh, I do not have time to get to you. Yeah, let's just go to game 2. This is the 3 I'm looking at. This is my hand.
Oh, that's not helping. Oh, none of this is helping.
No, I lose. I could have cruised for, that turn, I think, if I'd taken the forest and drawn nothing that helped.
Yeah, that's not... And then I have the tapper as well.
Yep.
Yeah, okay. All right. your I'll draw.
Give me this.
Yeah.
Turns out, dirtling around. What did you do?
Right. Step 1, flip. Step 2, group. Step 3, zip.
This is working out really well. I'm very happy with this.
It is better than I thought it was going to be when my computer was taking like 20 minutes to load like 3 textures of magic cards. It seemed much less functional than it does currently.
Do I want
this? Is not so bad.
Do I have anything? Like, I could bring in this fire spout, but I'd have to completely change around my deck.
I don't have anything. I don't think. I think I'm pretty happy where I am.
Yeah, I think my only cards I could bring in would be the fire spout and the prophetic bolt, and I'd have to figure out how many red to play. I don't think it's worth the consistency. I think I just pray you don't draw Knight of the Kitchen Sink.
I mean, that seems like a good plan.
Oh, God.
Card seems quite powerful.
It's going to be one of those things, that's for sure.
Yep.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Well, this seems okay. I'll keep this.
My hand seems possibly unbeatable. So we'll see.
Unbeatable. Go ahead.
All right, let's draw a card. Let's play a plains.
See, this is why I keep the red-white deck in here, to keep me from just making greed piles
keep
like
you honest.
this.
All right, so I'm going to make a clue, which I don't think we have one of. So I'm just going to
I just grab a face down.
take a spirit token, and we can flip it over and use that. So this is going to be a clue.
Okay.
Actually, I can write on it, can't I?
I think you can.
On here.
Nice. That is beautiful.
All right. Let's make this black. No, that's not the one I want at all. Oh, jeez.
No. Okay. Start over.
We're going to make one 3D text object.
It's underneath.
Now, how do I get on top is the question.
I don't think you can put it on top of it because it's a separate thing. I think you can only write on the board. Ryan?
Believe them? We're good.
Okay,
We're
that should be
good.
fine.
We're
That should be
good.
fine.
We're good.
Okay.
It's a clue.
It is a clue.
know.
You got yourself a clue. Okay. I'm going to draw. Not helping. Go ahead.
Yeah, that was a very common joke during Innistrad Block, is telling people to get a clue. I was definitely guilty of that.
Yeah, I was like, I had to make it.
All right, step 2, play the card that you can't beat. And...
well, I can at least buy myself a turn.
Oh, you did it.
I
Too
get
bad it
draw
does not have protection while on the stack. Okay, so
Damn it.
hand, and then this guy can get in for 1 damage, and
Yep.
then you may go ahead.
Okay. Draw. Damn it. I've drawn nothing but lands.
It's a good.
Go ahead. Yeah, I mean, they'll be great for casting this Breaker of Armies, you know, in the 3rd game, because I'm going to die this one.
So negative. All right, recast night.
He resolved.
Oh,
I was
for no
really
counterspell.
hoping that I remanded into my Condescend.
There you go.
Okay.
All right, I'll take for 1, and you may go ahead.
Draw. Huh. Well, I mean, this works. I will clone your Knight of the Sink.
That does work. Yep.
I have one too.
That you do.
Okay, go ahead. I have an answer.
Well, it's not really an answer
You can't kill it.
together, so
They will trade with each other. That is my answer.
I don't think they. Oh, could both. Well, but Will they? Is he black border or is he silver border? Does he copy the border?
I'm fairly certain that Mario said that when you copy something, it copies the borders back when he was making all of his rulings. We could look up Blogatog really fast.
Okay, that seems fine. I mean, that seems like a reasonable.
I mean, it's the only answer I
All right.
have.
Yeah, I mean, it seems to me. Okay. Yeah.
Your ping has gone crazy.
Offer trade.
I'm going to try it. Do you have the pump spell? Yours has eaten
Unfortunately, I
mine.
do not.
I'm going to throw mine over here. Ryan has died again. Ryan, are you back?
Am I?
I think so. I hear you again.
Hooray!
Yay!
Everything just updated. Okay. I don't know why my ping just went crazy,
Yeah,
but
that was nuts.
okay. Anyway, so they trade. That's fine. I will make my choo-choo train,
No!
which is what I was playing with last night, because this card is pretty also bananas. And you may go.
Okay. Yeah, no, Untethered Express is nuts. It is the only vehicle currently in the cube, and it totally deserves that. Okay, I'm going to do tap, tap, tap. No, 2 tap. Not exerting. I'm going to play Wickerbow, and then before you have
No.
priority, I'm going to destroy your thing.
Oh. I mean, I'm tapped out. I don't even know what zero cross spell I have, but I definitely
You don't.
have one.
I forgot you were tapped out. I was like, I don't want to get bolted.
Yeah, that seems reasonable. All right. Bummer.
Okay, go ahead. It's going to be a game this time.
Yeah, unfortunately, you seem to have drawn many more answers this time. Alright, so let's make another mountain. Alright, oops. And let us go
No!
ahead
No!
make a Dargan.
Stop it!
Unfortunately, the thing that I was planning on searching out was, in fact, that
The
train.
Express.
Oh, I do have... Okay, good. I do have a card. Which is, because I have to reveal it, a Perilous Mirror.
That's a good search. That's a good one to get.
Incredibly scary Perilous Mirror.
Hey, that card has
And-
killed many a player.
Yeah, Perilous Mirror is pretty sweet. Okay, and you can go ahead.
Okay.
So the deal with Hoarding Dragon is that this artifact gets exiled, and then if the Hoarding Dragon at some point dies, then I'm going to get the Perilous Mirror into my hand.
I'll play Sylvan Library and Terramorphic Expanse. I will crack Terramorphic Expanse to get a forest, and you can go.
Okay. I can go, eh? Well, that's
can.
interesting. Little. We'll have to see what happens. First step, I'm going to attack you for 4 flying
Yeah, you were.
and see what happens.
I'm going to 14 is what's going to happen.
All right. Second step is I'm going to think for a moment.
I was not expecting the dragon, I'll be honest.
I think this is worth it. I think I'm going to take this Sylvan Library.
Okay. That seems pretty good.
You getting card advantage seems quite good. And then you can go ahead.
Okay. Yeah, you just have to kill me before I can do anything about your guy. That seems like a good draw, though. And we're gonna do it now because I'm desperate for things. EOTFOF, you lose? No.
Well, but it's during your turn, so I
It
don't
is during
lose.
my turn.
So that's good. At least there's that.
5.
Okay, let's see here. We are going to make the piles as such.
So my card draw or my
Hero's
big
Bane
dude.
and 2 lands. Right. Well, the cards that need extra mana and the mana.
Yep.
And the big
Yep.
dude.
Yep.
I mean, I guess Hero's Bane also needs extra mana, but
I'm gonna take these guys.
take the card advantage. You got it.
That's about all I got. Then I'm gonna play the River Hoopy. Is it Hoopy or Hoopo?
I think it's Hoopo, but unsure.
I mean, okay, all you.
Okay, end of turn. I'm going to tap 2. I'm going to not delete. Delete is wrong. Put this back in the token deck. Crack my clue. Text you. Go away. No.
And
Crap.
more.
No. No. All right, we did it. And draw a card. And then I'm going to and draw another card.
I mean, I suppose I should be attacking with Wickerbow Elder, but I'm just like so terrified
Yeah,
of you
that's why I
dropping
was surprised
a haste
2 turns ago.
Yeah. I'm just like hasty guys. I'm terrified.
Yeah, possibly. All right, I'm gonna get him for 4,
Seems fair.
and I am going to do. What mean nasty things do I want to do?
So
I
you've
think
got
the
4
mean nasty
cards
things
in
I want to
hand.
do is just kill the Hoopo.
Yeah, that's fair. I should have blocked.
Uh,
But then you
I think
wouldn't have
that
killed
seems
it.
like the reason. I would have lightning bolted your face at some point.
Yep. So did you get
and I think
lightning
that's about
and
it.
lightning? Did you get chain lightning and lightning bolt?
Oh yeah, of course I
Of
did.
course you did.
And you can go ahead.
Okay.
I'm happy with this hand.
Draw. That's a good draw. I'm gonna go tappity, tappity, and I'm gonna narcolepsy your dragon. It's very tired now.
Okay. I have a sleepy dragon.
Then I'm gonna play my guild mage.
Yep.
Then I'm
seems
gonna draw a card.
okay. That seems reasonable. Yep.
Then I'm gonna get in there.
Oh, you've done it.
I
You've done
attacked.
it this time. Gadget.
All right, all you. Whoa, what did I just do? What? What?
What are you doing? What are you making?
Tab.
Oh, jeez.
I attacked.
My dragon. My dragon untaps,
And then
and
retaps.
then he taps again. But it's very important that he does that little dance.
He stays tapped.
Oh God. Why?
I need to stop doing that. That's
Why?
probably killing your ping.
Right now it's not too bad. Doesn't seem like. Let's see here. You're at 10 life. I am going to go ahead and cast Cone of Flame.
Ugh. So 3 to my face. Kill the Demir Guild Mage.
And
1 on here. Was I right on that? 3 face,
Yeah,
2
that sounds
Guild
good.
Mage, 1 there. Okay.
that sounds right. And then I can also attack for 1 with the dude. Now that you've so foolishly tapped your Wickerbow Elder.
Told you. See? What happens?
So 1 turn you decide to attack with it. Alright, you can go.
Okay. Draw. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I have the
That's a lot
city's
of
blessing.
counting. I don't like this counting. And I'm gonna draw 3 cards. Oh no. Oh, very no.
Rawr!
Oh, very no.
We got Eldrazi's, and I'm attacking for 4.
Alright. Now I'm at 12.
Go ahead.
Yikes.
Turns out all you need in life is a
Alright.
gigantic 10-8 that forces you to block.
Oh, he taps again. Bummer. Draw. Dang shame. Alright, make a Jungle Shrine tapped. You are at 6 life, and I'm at 12 life. How scared should I be of your removal?
I mean, I think I've used most of my removal.
I don't think I've seen enough that I'm particularly scared of it. All right, so I'm just going to cast out. I'm actually not exiling your Breaker of Armies.
Ooh.
I'm exiling your Narcolepsy.
Oh, that's fair.
And then you can go ahead.
Okay. Boop, 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 boop. And draw. You'd have been good a while ago, but we're going to do... We are going to draw 3 cards this time.
Yeah, it seems quite good. Yep.
Play land. And I guess I'll go to combat.
Yep.
Boop. Boop.
Oh, I guess I have to block the Breaker of Armies. And
You do.
I will take my lumps and like it. Go to 8.
Go ahead.
Untap, 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 untap. Draw a card. Play a land.
So many lands for an aggro deck.
And now attack for 4.
I go to 2.
And for 1 red, I'll do a counterspell check by Burst Lightning your face.
I mean, I've got Condescend, but you can pay for it.
I can actually pay for it, which is why I played it the way
You
I
made
did.
all your land drops. I thought I had it. I got so
Actually
close.
making land drops for the win. Red, white.
Ah! That was a good match.
You were
That was
close
good.
that time.
That was
You
close.
were
I
very
actually
close that
did
time.
stuff that time. Oh god.
The clone seems like a pretty good answer.
Yeah, that was actually really solid. When I drew that, I was like, holy crap, I do have an answer. I was not expecting to actually do that well for it. Come on, go in there.
Don't forget your cards over on my side of the table.
Cute.
Group.
Boop, boop.
The Sylvan Library as well.
Hey, yo. Alrighty. Well, you won the match, but do you want to play one more for fun before we gotta go?
Yeah, let's do one more for fun. That sounds good. I do not have to go anytime soon. You're the one with the child. I'm on regular weekend time. So
I am the one with the child.
That's not what I wanted to do at all.
Artisan and Kozilek would have been so good to cast there. But yeah, I did play, I think, all of my answers, it looks like.
Why are you not combining? Please. Please. I just want one deck.
No, you will have 2
I'm
decks.
struggling. All right, we've done it.
I'm glad that I actually put up a fight that time.
Yeah, that was much closer. I mean, that first one was maybe a little unfair.
That first one, you ran me over. I got killed by
Alright.
a Giddu Chronicler that never did anything but attack.
Well, a 1/3 Giddu Chronicle, yeah. Happens. All right, let's do one more.
Let's do it.
1,
1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
3,
6, 7.
5,
I will very happily keep this hand.
Oh, this is pretty borderline. I think it's probably best for me to mulligan this. Oops. Please.
This is actually tough. I'm not sure how to sequence this.
I keep missing. Oh my goodness.
I'm not even like paying attention to what you're doing over there. I should be.
Definitely learning how to cheat with this program. Don't worry about it. 5, 6, yes. And then I'll draw 1 extra card. That's going back on the top.
Okay. I will play. This is tough.
I'm surprised that your deck
You're surprised my deck did what?
I'm surprised your deck didn't seem to have enough early stuff for sequencing to be that big of a deal.
Go ahead.
Oh, well, that'll do it.
When I played the other one, I'll explain why it was tougher.
All right.
But yeah, this guy.
Drama.
This guy right here.
Play a mountain. I guess with. Hold on.
No, you ping.
Hold on, please. I know. I
You're like, I just want to play my mountain.
just want. Alright. Did it work? No.
It's on the field. Wait, now you have a second land out. There we go.
Please, game, please.
There you go. You pinged
All
back
right,
down to
we
regular.
did it. All right, go ahead.
Okay.
The game really did not want me to undo that land drop.
No, it did not. Oh. That.
It knows when I'm cheating.
So we are going to play Zalfiran Void.
Oh, man. Look at these new cards.
So this lets me scry one, and it does not enter tapped. Alright, let's see what it is. Ooh. I'm going to leave it on top.
Okey-doke.
I will tap to level up my guy.
Yep.
Then tap my guy to play Jade Mage.
All right.
Go ahead.
Jade Mage is not an elf itself,
Nope.
however. 2 mana for a sap. Okay, cool. I will draw a card.
Where's the
I'll
bolts?
play that mountain that you already saw. And here is...
There's the Helix.
There's the bolts.
What are you killing?
And I will get rid of your mana ramp because you having 5 mana on turn 3 seems
Seems bad for
not
you?
allowable. And you can go ahead.
That's fair. That is fair. Untap. You move off to the side. Let's draw. Then I'm going to play this. I'm going to get in there.
I'll take my lumps.
You're 2 damage. Then I will pay this for this guy. So I had this and Tree Speaker in my hand.
Yep, that is interesting.
And I'm
Okay,
going to
cool.
Rampant Growth.
Yep, this doesn't look good for the good guys.
What are you talking about? It looks great for the good guys.
Me. You're talking about me.
Okay, and all you.
Okay, cool. Untap the correct direction. Draw a card. These hands. Play a plunge. And anything you can token, I can token
Oh,
better.
God.
And you can go ahead.
This is going to get nutty. Mine? Is it mine?
Alright, that's it. Go ahead.
Okay. Oh, this is going to get nutty. I'll draw. Maybe not. Maybe I'll just... Stop it.
Stack your...
Got it. Maybe I'll just attack for 2.
Oh,
Trade.
I will accept it.
Okay.
In 1,000 times. Millions of times. Millions of trades.
And I'm playing Hero's Bane.
Oh, okay.
Go ahead.
Untap. Draw a card. Play a mountain. I'm going to separate these out sideways because it does make sense to do otherwise. That's fine. Cool. All right. Step 1, Mr. Hero's Bane goes underneath
Come on!
that guy. Step 2, Mr. Uncreatologist goes underneath that guy. And this board looks much nicer. Go ahead.
This is a disaster. I'll play my Terramorphic Expanse. You can go.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna crack this while you're doing things and get another island. Oh, this is bad.
No, this is great. I don't know what you're talking about. On the bright side for you, I keep drawing lands, so I'm not really presenting that fast of a clock. Go ahead.
Yeah, but I have nothing.
Yeah, but you have like 10 8 you can top deck. I have like 2 2s.
All I'm top decking is land, so go.
Alright, draw a card. Good old land battle. Nothing beats land battles. Tag it for 2.
I mean, you're
Go
the one
ahead.
dealing damage.
That's true. 2 at a time. You got an 8-turn clock on you.
Is there something too big to cast? Go.
Seriously? Wow.
Ugh.
I don't have those. I just have wins, and I will thank you for 2 more.
It's 14.
Go ahead.
Okay, that helps. 1, 2, 3, 4. Back to fiction.
Oh no. Oh, these are bad things.
These are great
Oh,
things.
these
I don't
are
know what
very
you're
bad.
talking about.
These are very bad things.
These are beautiful.
Ugh. And I know you want to land 2. Alright. Those 2 are definitely going in different piles.
I don't know why you would do that.
Let's do... I mean... Breaker of Armies is 8 and you only have 7. Should I try to race you to lands? No. Oh, this is so bad.
Again, this is great as far as I'm concerned.
Or would I rather do that? Yeah, let's do those piles.
Give me these.
Ugh.
No, one of my lands fell. There it is. Hand, grave. I will play the forest. And
The Sylvan Library.
no, I didn't take Sylvan Library.
Oh, that's right. Sylvan Library's in there.
Narcolepsy, your guy.
Oh, okay. There are worse things in this world.
Go ahead.
My one creature holding on the fort and 2 of your cards. Well, on the bright side, I have planes. Go ahead.
You definitely have planes. 3, 4, 5, 6.
It's looking pretty likely that you are going to make up for these last couple games.
I think I'm going to. So that's 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. I've got the full 9.
Oh, boy.
But
This
for
is real
now, we're gonna ponder.
Okay.
So 1, 2, 3. Boop boop. Put these down here, and put these in my hand. Okay, I'm gonna keep these on top.
Okay.
So I put you, and then draw. The card that's left in my
That
hand
one,
is the
yep.
one I'm drawing.
That is fine.
Then I'm gonna tap these other 8 lands and play Breaker of Armies. You dick. Go ahead. You've just drawn all of your removal.
Play yet another planes.
That
No,
is a
I was
lot of
literally
planes.
just drawing planes. Yeah. Tap 3. I won't get... Ooh, come on. There we go. Get your Finks out. Gain 2.
That's a guy.
It's a guy, and you can go ahead. I suspect you're going to have much bigger, better guys in a moment, though.
Boop, 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 boop. Boop, 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 boop,
I'm concerned that one of these bigger, better guys is going to get back other bigger, better guys from your graveyard, and I'm going to be very dead.
I don't know what you mean. It's almost like I'm tapping 9 lands and playing
Yup.
this guy.
Yup.
So we'll get back Clone and copy
Yup.
ours in a Kozilek.
You can't because it's a cast trigger. So he's actually not on the
No.
battlefield yet.
You're right. But I can still just have 2 huge dudes.
Yeah.
So I guess I'll just settle for that.
Okay. Yikes.
I've just got 2 of these guys. That's all. Your
Well,
turn.
now you have the 10-8, right?
Huh?
The clone has to be the 10-8 because it's a cast trigger, so the artisan can't
Oh,
be
you're right.
copied by
I have a
the clone.
10-8 and it's 11-9. Thank you. I am dumb.
A 10-8 and a 10-9.
Yes. Still seems fine.
Yes, he's okay.
All you.
Oh boy. How do I survive this? Draw like several burn spells in a row. Cool, got it. Or
No.
an
No.
infinite blocker.
God.
I'm still dead. I'm just gonna get annihilated.
Ah!
At least I can block one of your guys and not die immediately.
Well, actually, all creatures able to block Breaker of Armies do so.
Right, exactly. So, but that's what I'm saying. I'll have one creature alive to block him eventually. The problem is I'm gonna get annihilated / just attacked out of the game with the artisan.
So, my turn?
Yeah, for now, that is going.
Draw. I'll play an island. And we'll go to combat.
Yep.
Annihilator 2.
Alright, so this rotation value 1, so I have to block with both my guys. So the Kitchen Finks is going to persist, the Knight is going to be fine, does not have trample or anything. So I'm just taking 10, gaining 2, so net I take 8.
Mm-hmm. And what 2 permanents are you sacrificing?
Are going to be the 2 tapped planes.
That is kind of what I expected.
Don't
You've got
think
a
I
lot
need
of those.
Yeah.
Then we're going to go tap. Give me your Guild Mage.
Yup.
I'm going to draw 2
Seems
cards.
pretty good.
Well, I guess here.
Seems
I'll draw
okay.
the first one and see what I get before I
Yeah,
save.
that seems like a better plan, but
I'm then just going to draw the second card.
okay.
Go ahead. And for those wondering, because this feels very much like a Twitch type moment, I have to draw these at sorcery speed. I can't draw them on on his turn.
I'm not really sure what I can draw here, but let's find out. An O-ring helps, but you're still drawing 3 cards a turn.
I am just drawing 3 cards a turn.
Break of Armies is a 10-8.
Yes.
Well,
Boarding
this will
Dragon's
at
pretty
least mean. I'll mean I at least trade. Ugh, this is so bad. All right. And then searching for. Let's see.
I gotta cast my big dudes this time. That's all I care about. I'm happy.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to search for the train.
Okay.
That's the right. And then that is going to right, because this is I want to block with everything. So yeah, I'll pass.
All right. Let's draw. Let's go to combat and attack with my 2 dudes that are already tapped.
Yep. All right, so
So this guy dies.
sacrificing 2 more planes. Yep, and then my stuff is a die. Oh, go away, die.
It's gone.
Sorry, this is not dying,
Nope.
but this is.
Yep. That's in your hand.
As are these 2 planes, and this is in my hand.
Yep.
And your Breaker of Armies clone is dead.
Yep.
And you have 4 cards in hand and 2 more to. Ugh.
I have a lot of things to do.
And you still have an Annihilator, dude. So I need a
1,
O-ring instantly. And you do not have a counterspell.
7. I'll play a 4/4 flyer.
Yeah, seems good.
And you took 10, right? So you're at 5. And then I'm going to draw 3 more cards and you can go.
Boy, this seems really fair.
I have no idea what you're talking about. This is payback.
Train? Does my train resolve?
Your train resolves. What do you think I have? Pact and Negation?
Yeah, why not? Attack for 2!
Boom, I'm
Get
at
out of
12.
here. Get out of here. Alright, then I lose. Very badly.
I could have kept up Condescend, but I didn't feel like I needed to.
Yeah, that's fair. You probably did not need to. I was trying to think, because like the vehicle was actually really interesting because it would have been able to just be made a creature every turn by my Narcolepsy guy in response to the trigger. The other thing I was thinking is getting Perilous Mirror as a chump blocker for the Annihilation guy, and then hoping to draw a run.
No, that seems either one of those seems like reasonable things to have done, but
But dying was the most reasonable thing.
it turns out Eldrazi are big.
Yeah. And when you draw a bunch of planes instead of a bunch of removal spells, this is what happens.
Oh, gosh. This is good games, though.
Yeah, those are very good games.
So, first impressions on the cube.
So, based on the things that I was seeing, so let's actually quickly, let me flip over what I was drafting, because I think it'll be interesting to talk. Oh, come on.
Okay.
Well, actually, why don't I just search out the things that I want to talk about? I'm going to flip this to see if this matters. That does not matter. So as you said, Palaka Worm was one of the first cards that I had drafted, and obviously the first card we mentioned during the draft was the Natugo House that I drafted. So, green, black,
You're breaking out. 1 sec. Okay, try again.
Better?
Yes.
So my first thoughts was I was going to make some sort of green-black ramp and sacrifice deck. Because those two cards do synergize fairly well with one another in the sense that...
You broke out again. Synergize well in the sense of... Ryan. Can you hear me, sir? I think we're losing him. Your ping is great. I just can't hear you. There you go.
You know what I did? I hit C for chat. Whoops.
Okay.
All right, so let me search this again. So as I was saying, so cards that enters the battlefield and leaves the battlefield effects, while not, I'm not directly looking for cards to sacrifice an Antiquar Husk that are 7 mana. But if I'm going to be sacrificing creatures, the idea of having sort of a graveyard-based theme where I can recur things from the graveyard that I've sacrificed, for example, Palaka Worm does play well into that strategy.
Mm-hmm.
And I got the Eldest Reborn right here pretty early on as well. And I have not yet played with this, but this seemed like the sort of powerful card where I could get a creature card back from the graveyard at some point and potentially do, something sort of interesting with either discarding cards to be able to reanimate something early like Palaka Worm or something along those lines. And I also got a skin render within the first 2 or 3 picks. So I thought that it was pretty solidly in black at that point.
Mm-hmm.
But for whatever reason, black sort of dried up. The Hypnotic Spectre that was in that pack that we were not really fighting over was, I think, one of the only other black cards that I saw. And I assumed, I think wrongly, that you were in black and not that black was just not coming. And I was getting a bunch of these white cards that you saw me playing with, a bunch of the white removal spells.
Yep.
So I was like, maybe I'm not going to be in green. The Palaka Worm was almost one of the only green cards I ended up getting. So I was pretty sure that you were definitely in green, and I was concerned that you were going to be moving into black as well. When I saw the Demonic Tutor, the only thing I was sure about was I was definitely playing white. I wanted to keep the second color a little bit flexible and see what was happening. I also got Cone of Flame right around that time. But the skin render was another removal spell, and that had all the red spells. I didn't think any of them were quite as good as skin render until Flametongue Kavu, which you did not see, but is somewhere in deck, was one of the last cards that was in that pile, and I was like, okay, now I have replaced my skin render.
Yep.
And all these other red cards are just gravy on top of that.
Yep. Flametongue Kavu.
So at that point, I decided to fully move into red and go red white.
Yeah. Flametongue Kavu was.
But it was definitely interesting for the first 4 thought I was getting green-black, and white deck cannot play.
You ping went crazy again.
That was, I think that was about it. Oh, and then also, where the one card that I hate draft.
No!
Control magic.
My removal.
Pretty sure I couldn't let you have that.
Yeah, if you'd given me control magic, that would have been bad for you.
Yeah, and then this wasn't hate drafted. This was one of the random cards I got off the top, but I knew you were pretty sad that you didn't get that. Also.
Oh, I love Mole Drifter. It's one of my favorite cards.
Yep. So.
Fair.
But yeah, the control magic I could not let you have.
No, you could not at all.
That card is bananas.
So the only interesting things of yours that I got, let's see here. So I ended up with him. Lightning.
Yeah, but he's not great.
No, he's just fine.
I saw the Ansar's Wings early when I knew I was in white at that point.
Mm-hmm.
But the combination of abilities didn't necessarily seem worth it for 4 mana, depending on what I was doing. Oh, Seeker of the Way would have been sweet.
Seeker of the Way would have been sweet for you. And I ended up with a pair of black-white cards, actually. I got both Drana's Emissary and Tithe Drinker.
Okay.
So
I don't think I got... I definitely didn't get anything that was green-blue. I did get a Gelectrode and a Bloodwater entity. But I was pretty sure I wasn't going to be able to play blue with the amount that you were taking.
There's the rest of the cards here. So there's definitely some strong stuff that we didn't end up seeing because obviously we only saw half of it. But overall, I was pretty happy with the showing for that. Was there any cards that seemed really weird to you? Anything that stuck out to you?
I think the two that stuck out to me were, I think the Knight might be too good if we're just a normal black-bordered cube otherwise.
Yes.
Because I don't think you would be playing...
Well, there is 2 red removal spells that are silver bordered. I have Just Desserts and Super Duper Removal Beam or whatever.
Death Ray?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So there is that. But I would probably need to work some more stuff in if he's going to stay.
Right. And then the Demonic Tutor I thought was a little surprising given the power level of the rest of the cube, but I don't think it's like so powerful that it's absurd.
Mm-hmm.
It just sort of stuck out to me as, oh, this card is banned in every format that it's ever been printed in, versus the rest of the cards not so much.
Well, and like I said, there is a 1 or 2 really, really powerful cards in each color combination. Blue has control magic, green has Sylvan Library. I guess red really, I mean, it's got both Bolt and Chain Lightning, and it's just got a lot of powerful removal in that regard. White had Path to Exile and Swords to Plowshares. I might put one of them back in if I'm going to keep that, but it could also be that I pull out those really powerful cards to try and get the power level back to about even.
Yeah.
But like,
I mean, I think one of the nice things of like this is having...
Lost you again, your ping going crazy.
It's not that you don't have individually powerful cards in here. If you like, you still have a decent number of cards that are quite powerful, even if you took that huge. Hymnator. That's a thing.
Yeah. So yeah, it could be the things that some of the cards are just on a little too high of a power level with the rest of the cube, but
right. How would we have played Subcontract if we had gotten that?
So that was one thing I had to think. We probably would have just had to play it like Duress, because that's what it replaced when I added it to the cube. But it's really fun for me. The reason I put that in there is it's the one way I can pull Caitlyn into playing. In a sense, is if me and Adam are playing and one of us gets Subcontract, I can just be like, hey, Caitlyn, we need you to come help.
Hey, Caitlyn, do you like squirrels?
Yes?
Caitlyn, a high five.
Oh, God. I loved Unstable, by the way. It was such a well-designed set.
Unstable was super, super interesting. I really liked it as well. Pestilence. Oh, that's really powerful, too.
Yes. Black has some kind of strong holdovers. I've been chipping away at it for a bit, too. It was even more powerful. But yeah, Pestilence is definitely a bomb card. And it's one of those things of if I've got that, should I pull that or should I add Pyrohemia for red? I don't know. So I'm still testing with it. But
Yeah,
what are your overall impressions?
I like it. The one thing I am looking for right now and not seeing a ton of is any sort of enablers for some of these reanimator spells, in the
Mhm.
sense that I don't see a lot of good ways to get cards out of your hand.
That's fair.
So like Animate Dead, for example, is kind of mediocre as a just late game reanimation spell. I mean, like, it can get value for sure. There's a decent number of cards in here that do seem to be value with it, but I think maybe replacing Animate Dead with something along the lines of like what's the other enchantment one? It's not even an aura. It's from Urza's Destiny. I can see the picture in my head, but I'm trying to remember the name.
What's it do?
It's 3 to black for an enchantment. When it comes into play, you get a creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield. If the creature leaves play, exile it, and then the enchantment goes back to your hand. If the enchantment
Necromancy?
leaves play, you... No, it's not. It's a weird one. Like, it's not actually super powerful.
I have to go dig in. I'm not sure on that one.
Going...
Your breadth of knowledge is even higher than mine, though. I have a good knowledge of a lot of cards, but yours goes even further back than mine, because I started in Mirrodin, and you started well before then.
I have been playing since Mercadian. I mean, when I started playing, Mercadian Mask had just been released, but I was obviously playing with cards that were out around then also.
Mm-hmm.
So I have a bunch of random cards, oftentimes that have been in my cube. Maybe it's not Nurse's Destiny. Maybe it's in Saga?
I think you doing more than one thing on your computer is making
will
it explode.
And when I find you, I will. Oh wait. Well, then let's give up on that search. But in any case, say card.
I'm sure that you'll text me later and tell me what it is.
Yeah. Seems like it's a little on the complicated side, and because it's enabling the turn 2 shenanigans that it normally does, it does seem like the different colors do have a bunch of different things that are enabled, which I really like. Things in here that
I wanted there to definitely be themes, but I didn't want it to be that's all you can do. Because in the past, I've tried to make stuff that felt kind of like a master's set when I designed it, but I wanted to be much more open with this one.
Right.
You ping again.
All right, I think I'm popped back up.
I'm hearing you.
Maybe.
Yeah, I think
All right,
so.
cool. Takes a while sometimes. Yeah, I think there's a couple. There are definitely in here that if I had seen, I would have really liked trying to build around. Maybe a dozen or so, and like that's more than I would have expected based on the size of the cube. So I think that you've done a pretty good job making it varied and interesting, where there's several different archetypes that seem like they're probably pretty well supported. There's a bunch of prowess creatures I'm noticing in red and white, so that's another way that you can sort of go there. That I had a little bit of it with the Pyromancer, but not nearly as much as there exists in the cube. It seems like there's a couple of really solid enter the battlefield abilities, so I think that if you had some of these, value cards that get cards back, like the original deck I had been intending on making, that might be reasonable to do. Seems like there's a making of a good control deck.
Yeah, I think that the hardest thing for me was that having to cut down to 180 cards was really, really hard, because there's so many cards that I love.
Yeah. And there's lots of my random favorites in here too. Like Temur Sabertooth is pulling from a spot in Magic history that I do not think of often for whatever reason, but I love is so much fun with Sander.
Sabretooth is so powerful and enables so many zany things.
Oh yeah, for sure. Well, I would have pulled off the top of my head if I was building a cube like this. So, yeah, there's some cool stuff in here.
It was really fun to, like I said, I really enjoyed the challenge of having to build with such a limited number and figure out a way to make it feel like there was a lot to do with so few cards.
Right. Ooh, Mortar Pod. Ooh. Oh man, there definitely was a sacrifice deck in here that I could have made if I had gotten the right cards.
Green-black is definitely the sacrifice deck, and I gave it a little bit of like I said, I added some Saproline enablers, but the ones that I put in all are good cards on their own that can make Saproline. So I added Crows to Guild Mage, I added Jade Mage, I added Spore Mound. So like most of the Saproline makers are guys that can make multiple Saprolines, and then I also put in the new card, the one that's 2 mana make 2, or you can kick it to make 4.
Yeah, I actually got that in the draft. Well, after I decided I was not in green anymore, but alas, because that also would have been pretty good with the Husk clan. But
yes. And another card that I just added that I'm really interested to try out is Whisper from the new set. The sacrifice 2 creatures, return a creature from your graveyard to the battlefield. Because that feels like.
Oh yeah, I saw him in there. Yeah, he's pretty neat. Let me actually. I have a pile of random uncommons sitting next to that. I was thinking of making an all uncommons cube at some point. Let me see if there's anything in the that might make sense to bring up in context of this cube.
I'm also really like this was the first time that I've done a Winston or any kind of draft with Tabletop Simulator, and I feel like it played as well as I'd hoped it would. Yeah,
that was really, really smooth. I thought a little surprisingly so, based on my limited experience with it. But once I got into it, it was much easier than I thought it was going to be.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see.
And what's nice is I can just, at any point, load up that state, and we can just go again. It sounded like you came across something you liked.
Yeah, it was Lone Rider, which I don't think is necessarily supported enough in your queue, but I was just remembering how much I like playing.
He's a 2 mana 3/3 discard a card when he enters the battlefield.
No, Lone Rider is the 1 and a white for the 1/1 lifelink that if you gain 4 or more life in a turn, it transforms it. That rides as 1. The 4/4 first strike trample lifelink.
Yes. Oh god, I wish I could support a life gain sub theme. I love them, but there's just no way.
Yeah.
Because it's the problem with the life gain sub teams is like it's too all over the place. You either need to gain like 4 life, or you need to like continually gain like 1 life. And I don't think there's enough in either category to really support this small of an amount.
Yeah.
But no,
Icy Manipulator might be interesting.
So I had Icy Manipulator in here back when I was counting Mazavith as a land, but I decided to move Mazavith into the artifact, basically just the colorless section instead of counting it as a land, and that took Icy Manipulator's spot.
Got it.
Because no, I love Icy Manipulator. Like, I love that card. But I think
Goblin Assault?
The which one? What card?
Make goblins? Attack with goblins? Love goblins?
I actually have Goblin Trenches in here.
Oh, okay. Well, that fills that spot nicely.
Because Goblin Trenches was printed as an uncommon in the... Which set was it? Like Vintage Masters that they did on MTGO only. And this cube allows me to use a card that's been printed at common or uncommon at any point on online or in paper. Like if it's been at any point in its entire existence of Magic, it's allowed in this cube. So
looking at your red cards now. All right, so you do not have one of my favorite red-blue cards.
Which one?
And one that I would highly recommend adding to the cube would be Geist Blast.
Oh, that's the Oh god, what's it do?
It's 2 and a red for an instant, 2 damage to target creature or player, and then 2 and a blue, exile it from your graveyard to copy target instant or sorcery spell you control and choose targets for the copy.
Oh. I think that would probably have to replace Prophetic Flame.
Burn spell that flips into copy spell, and the reason that I have such a fond spot for it was because there was a secret draft archetype in Shadows of Innistrad and Eldritch Moon that I've talked about several times online, but it was Rise from the Tides combo, where you draft every single pieces of the puzzle that nobody else is taking at the table because that card is garbage unless you're doing this strategy. So you get like 6 or 7 of them, and you just dig through your entire deck until you either get 2 Rise from the Tides or 1 Rise from the Tides and 1 Geist Blast, and you either cast both Rise from the Tides or cast and flash back Geist Blast to copy and get like 20 2/2 zombies and attack the next turn for lethal. And the sad thing is, like, the format was so slow and there's just enough like instant and sorcery speed removal that it kind of did work okay. I just loved forcing it every single draft to see if it got there. It was so much fun.
It's like spider spawning from the original Innistrad. Like, you get to the point where you just force it even when it's not the right call.
Yep. Yeah, there's other stuff, but I won't. I won't waste your time with suggesting sigiled starfish and things along those lines.
There was definitely an iteration of this cube where Sigil Starfish was in it. I love that card.
Yeah. There's plenty of allied color stuff that I would love to have in here, but if you're doing enemy color theme, then I don't think that Momentary Blink is making the cut, for example.
I actually had Momentary Blink in here for a bit too, just because it's so good. I kind of wanted to. It's just I ended up putting in Otherworldly Journey instead, just because without supporting the allied colors, it made more sense to go for that one. But it got pulled in this last round when I was adding stuff to give Danitha and Tiana a bit of help.
Yeah. I do like that you have the allied color hybrid cards in here.
Yes. I've got one of each allied color for it, because I wanted to have at least something for it.
Well, that also adds a really interesting bit of tension too, right? Where if like most of the people are going to be playing enemy colors, the hybrid cards end up going in 4 out of the 5 decks, so they're going to get fought over a little bit more, which is kind of an interesting tension.
The only one that I'm not positive on is Fire Spout, just because it's the only one that it's not as good in green without red. Like, I feel like you can play it in the red without green, but it's not that great in the green without red.
Not so much the other way.
Uh-huh.
Right, but on the flip side, green is the color that is most likely to be able to splash red.
Exactly, and that's why it's stayed so far.
Right.
But yeah, it's definitely of the 5, I think the weakest. And also,
I'm having trouble coming up with a
what?
I'm having trouble coming up with another red-green card that's hybrid that would even be remotely close to
the closest
playable.
I came off was Morsel Hoarder, which is nowhere near as powerful.
Yeah, I mean, like, you do Vexing Shusher, but it's not like you have a huge counterspell.
Vexing Shusher is a rare.
Oh, that's a good point. Yeah, I don't know.
I could play Manamorphose, but there's no Storm deck.
Is it uncommon? I don't think there's an X spell deck either.
I tried really hard to put the X spell deck in here because I wanted to play Roshin. But it didn't work. It just there wasn't you couldn't put enough in to support it as an archetype without making red green as a deck. Because then you really want Savage Twister in the cube to be able, if you're going to do Roshin Meanderer.
I mean, Roshin plus Savage Twister is a little bit of a nombo if she's not your commander, though.
That's true. But I mean, it's still a good way to do it, because so that you've got, I had when I did it, I also just had too many X spells for a 180 card deck, because I had Disintegrate, I had Fireball, Rolling Thunder, and then on green I had the Ivy Elemental, and I think an X pump spell and something else. So I had 3 X's in each thing, but then you have to get Roshin and those 6 spells to do anything.
Doesn't seem worth it. Yeah.
No. Trust me, I tried though. All right. Well, let's go and let me wrap this up for the viewers at home. Thanks for joining us. Me and Ryan are probably going to chat a little bit longer, but this was a ton of fun. I'm so glad I got to finally test this out. I'm glad that you got to come on and join me, Ryan.
Yeah, definitely. This was really fun.
Okay. Well, we hope we'll see you next week with a regular episode, most likely, and I'll also we've got the Patreon page existing. We're just filling it out, so we'll put out more information for that as soon as we have it available for you. But from all of us
Give
here,
David and John all your money. Do it.
please no. But from all of us here at Playing Rough, this has been David
And Ryan.
and we will see you all next time. Bye, everybody. Okay, can you hear me?
I can hear you, yes.
All right. Sorry.
I can hear you coughing.
Yay! All right. Let me do the intro and butcher it miserably, because I always do when I'm on my own. In fact, let me just pull it up really fast so I don't just butcher it like I always do. Every time I try to do it from memory, I mess it up. And this will also give me some space. Show notes.
Hello, fellow ruffians, and welcome to Playing Rough, a podcast that combines humor, try-harding, and still having friends. I'm your host, Ryan Siegel-Stechler, and with me, as always, is...
Derek Conrad!
I remember things.
You did, actually. You nailed it. Okay. Here we go.
You can put that as a bonus at the end of the episode.
I'm actually going to. That was amazing. All right, here we go.